Promoter Utsav Group. Utsav is an organization dedicated to promoting art and culture. Today, Utsav is feeling deeply honored and privileged to have the renowned artist Jiten Hazarika as our special guest. As an eminent artist, Jiten Hazarika has made a significant contribution to the world of art with his unique style and exceptional talent. His presence has added an aura of greatness and inspiration to our segment वार्ता। हम तो बहुत बेसब्री से इंतजार कर रहे थे इस इवेंट का, लेकिन आज लेट हो गया टेक्निकल इश्यूज की वजह से। तो प्लीज वेलकम हजारिका सर। सर, सबसे पहले तो हम आज बोलना कम और सुनना ज्यादा चाहेंगे सर। तो सर, सबसे पहले तो हम यही जानना चाहते हैं कि कला और आर्मी का संगम कैसे हो गया?
कलाकार ऑलवेज कलाकार होता है जी। द आर्टिस्ट आर बॉर्न, सो इन बिटवीन आप आर्मी में जाओ और कोई बिजनेस करो, एनीथिंग यू डू एक्चुअली दैट इज काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग, आई मीन इट हैपेंस लाइक दैट, प्रॉब्ली सर्कमस्टेंसेस इट मेक्स लाइक दैट, बट तो इज आर्टिस्ट फ्रॉम बर्थ। इन फैक्ट the Athens Musa, he was asked by somebody that when you are painting, what was the answer? He said I was painting from, I was in the womb of my mother, on the walls of the womb I was painting. That means even before birth. So normally we say artist, but that gentleman said he was even before birth he was painting. So you can say, well, artists are always artists from birth. I had done army job, probably the situation wanted like that.
जी सर। सर आप,
and I joined basically immediately after this Chinese war only, that I mean 62 Chinese war, there is a time actually I joined army because they wanted some engineers. I'm supposed to be an engineer also. So I left my other job and joined army.
तो जब आप आर्मी में थे तब भी आपकी ये कला साधना चलती रही साथ साथ में?
उधर भी चलते रहे, पर टाइम थोड़ा कम था because army में I mean you need to keep including parade, PT, and then other things, you keep doing everything all the time. But with can you hear me?
Yes sir, सुन पा रहे हैं।
Yeah, it is something like this, the rocking horse, the horse made of wood, it is something like sitting on a rocking horse. I mean, whole day you are just sitting on a horse, but you are not moving an inch forward. It is something like that, So I found slightly stagnant actually. The life is probably stagnant in army. But I worked for quite some time. Then when it was a pensionable age, I took premature retirement, and now fully.
आप कला साधना में लगे हुए हो?
Yeah, just कला साधना, the whole full painting on, nothing else.
Okay. इस समय भी आप शायद काफी समय काम करते हो?
Yeah, काफी समय वैसे minimum 6-7 hours I work every day, and that too, I do in the night. My sleeping time is actually generally 4 o'clock in the morning. The whole night I work, but I get up late.
जी सर।
Sorry to interrupt. I totally agree with sir, because when I sit work, my work starts at night and I sleeps by morning, like around 4:35 I complete. Then I sit for my meditation puja, complete the breakfast preparation, lunch preparation. Then around 10:30, 11 I go to sleep. This happens with me too, because that night is a peaceful time to work with art, like no disturbance, nothing. So I totally understand what sir is telling.
The vibration of the whole day, that dies down in the one house. That's the Brahma mode. So we work up.
सेम मैं भी, मेरा भी 3 बजे तक मैं करती हूँ, उसके बाद मैं सोती हूँ 3 बजे। 3 बजे
नहीं, मेरा चलता है। मेरा क्या हो जाता है, 3 बजे के बाद मैं नहीं सो पाती। मॉर्निंग काम वाली आ जाती है, उसके बाद मेरा अपना पूजा मेडिटेशन टाइम रहता है। फिर पीछे बच्चों वो लोग भूखे उठेंगे तो मेरे को कच्चा खा जाएंगे। तो स्ट्रेट वे ब्रेकफास्ट बनाया, लंच बनाया, फिर मैं भी खा ली ब्रेकफास्ट, फिर आधा 1 घंटा रिलैक्स किया, सो जाती हूँ। अराउंड इवनिंग 4:30 उठती हूँ फिर से। ये हालत है मेरा भी।
I do finish actually after 3 o'clock I work, After that, actually, I read, one chapter from the Gita. Otherwise, I read one chapter from the, that Bhagavad Puran. Then, little bit of pranayam kind of a thing I do, and then sleep. So generally 4:30, I sleep. That's all.
जी सर। सर, जब आपने आर्मी से रिटायरमेंट लिया, वॉलंटियर रिटायरमेंट लिया सर, देन आपका पहला आर्ट वर्क आपका क्या रहा था? क्या आपने मतलब जो आप अभी बना रहे हो, अभी आप लेके चल रहे हो, यही था या फिर कोई दूसरी तरीके का आपका स्टाइल था?
Art, just like that, the art and art both keep on evolving. You talk to somebody, you read books, various, situation you come across. All these things, gives you some kind of input.
Yes,
and those things, you just keep it somewhere in some corner of your mind or heart, whatever you call it. And then it comes out. So whatever I have seen that time, or whatever experience I gathered those young days, probably, now I'm much more wiser because I have seen more things with more people, I've seen more books. This process is better. So thereby, artist also evolves, his art also evolves. At that time, I find actually, there is some differences, Like, at the young, you allow him to grow, he will grow. So art also grows like that.
जी जी। तो आर्मी में रहने का मतलब जो भी आपकी लाइफ स्टाइल था, उसका कुछ असर या कुछ इफेक्ट आपकी आर्ट में देखने को मिलता है? उसको कुछ प्रभावित किया आपकी आर्ट को? जो आपने आर्मी में इतना समय गुजारा, उसने आपकी आर्ट को कुछ
आर्मी में whatever we have learned, first we but subject-wise, in army we don't have that kind of artistic subjects as army, probably war painting, that kind of thing, two of them. But basically, you see, you as an artist, you look for always some beauty. All the time you keep looking for beauty. And then, so whether you know or without your knowledge, it just gets some, accumulated somewhere. All the time you are looking for beauty. And those beauty, actually, when you sit down in front of a canvas, it comes out. And you probably do not know what was the original source. So army, as it is, army, as a subject of my art, which I did not do it seriously because I did not find much, actually, because, you see, only thing I can paint some war paintings. So, yeah, there's also artistic, all right. But then how many of them we can make it? There are, we got a lot of rasas, Shringar, Karuna, Haishrabi, Rodra, Bhayanak, Vivats, Adbhut, Shanta, all the 9 rasas. Probably in army you can find out Rodra, you can find out,
yes,
or
yes,
if, a lot of killings and all, Vivats raras, you can get it. That kind of
that's why मैं पूछ रही कि उसका कुछ असर आपकी आर्ट में नहीं मतलब आया, या उसका कुछ असर या उससे कुछ?
Not much of them. Only given me one, big thing that's called, which I follow in my.
जी सर।
Yeah.
आप लोग व्यूअर्स, आप भी सर से कुछ भी पूछ सकते हो, के साथ आप डिस्कस कर सकते हो। हर्ष मैम, कामनी मैम, आप।
मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहूंगी। I would like to ask Jiten ji ki, is it very important to develop one style only, one style of art?
I exactly do not know because it's something my view is like this. Yeah, the style is somehow it is related to your actually way of thinking, way of doing, and probably your whole being. Some kind of you can to make it through the garland. Actually, when you make a garland, through the garland, actually there is one dhaga goes in, some kind of string. The string is same. Different flowers are there, of course. It's all right. But for an artist, that that kind of a dhaga, what I call it, string, that is probably to your soul, mind, whatever it is. And in that you keep doing actually, all this kind of a thing. Sometimes you make a garden, by amount of I didn't change, but thing
Can't get it because there's a lot of problem in audio. I think.
सर आप ऑडियो में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, आप प्लीज फिर से इसको आप
दोबारा बताइए जरा।
सर प्लीज आप रिपीट करेंगे जो आपने आप बोला, क्योंकि वॉइस में थोड़ी
Correct.
ब्रेक हो गई थी वॉइस सर।
लाइक जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि लाइक आर्ट हमेशा इवॉल्व करता रहता है, दैट इज वेरी ट्रू, बट व्हाट आई वांट टू नो इज कि इज इट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव वन, लाइक यू हैव वन आर्टिस्ट हैज ऑलवेज a style of working, that is true, but how this gets converted sometimes to realism to surrealism and conceptual art में कुछ पता नहीं चलता when abstract form comes very close to realistic form. So I would just like to know more about conceptual art.
I just read in one place actually, one great artist said, underneath every realistic work, there lies equally important abstract work. Suppose I make a painting of, say, mother and child, which is apparently not very realistic work, say. But mother and child, what is the point? That what is
सर आपका वॉइस कट हो रहा है।
कट रहा है।
हाँ, थोड़ा ब्रेक हो रही थी वॉइस।
Your voice is not clear, sir. Like it's breaking in between.
If I take it close, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll take the phone closer to me. Then that's probably no. What I say actually is underneath every great realistic painting, there is equally a great abstract painting.
Correct.
Say mother and child painting I'm doing, very realistic painting, say. But then what thing actually basically where I'm painting the love and affection between the child and the mother. The love and affection is that is abstract world. Say, I'll give another example. Say I want to make an angry man, say. When I make an angry man, red eyes, upon eyes, hairs are flying, and probably he's biting the teeth, and then there'll be some kind of a wrinkles in the face, that kind of thing will be visible if I make an angry man, and immediately say it's an angry man. But at some moment, if I feel that man is not necessary, I want only the anger, what do I do? There's a time probably I said, okay, let me select some paints, which will, probably signify, or probably, make it more realistic actually to make the anger. So I found out probably ultimately I found out, some red colors will be all right, probably suitable for me. I take the red color, and with a small brush I keep putting onto the No, that did not give me satisfaction. I said, no. Let me take a bigger brush, make it like a storm-like thing, First thing, red is synonymous to fire, blood, that kind of thing. It will probably signify, the anger. Then second thing, actually, with a big brush, if I put it actually, that kind of a stormy effect. So that will probably further, accentuate my whole idea. So that is the way, I can make the angry man. At the same time, I can make the anger also in a different way. When I make the anger, you can call it actually abstract.
Right. Got it.
And then another thing I can tell you, see, painting, whenever you call abstract, there is nothing abstract in a painting. You know why? You see, there is a great thing, Rupa Gandha Rasairhinaha Shabda Sparsha Vivarjitaha. Total abstract was like this. Rupa means, you cannot see. Rupa. Ras means, you cannot, find out any taste, Rupa Rasa. Gandha, no smell. Rupa Gandha Rasarina Shabda Sparsha Vivarjita. There is no Shabda, no Sparsha, you cannot touch. That kind of thing is only called abstract. Like, love, anger, hatred, that kind of thing can be called abstract.
So subjective.
When you make a painting, it is visible. It is visible. So it is not totally abstract.
Not totally abstract. Correct. This is all subjective.
Yeah.
Painting is totally
absolute abstract is as I say, Rupa Gandha Rasairhinaha Shabda Sparsha Vivarjita. Roop, Gandha, Shabda, Sparsha, you cannot touch, cannot, feel with those kind of, sense organs.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very valid
And then again,
information.
was that? No, again, I can tell you another thing. See, whether you do abstract work or realistic work, both has got, ultimately the same meaning, I tell you. See, it is like this, some, philosophers, Indian philosophers, they said actually like this, Sadrisham Drishyate Yatraha Darpane Pratibimbavat. Bhav Tat Chitram iti Vikyatam Nalam Akaram Atreno. Its meaning is Sadrisham Drishyate Yatraha Darpane Pratibimbavat. In a mirror, actually, what you see, what reflects, that reflection, if you see. So that painting should be like that. Somebody said like that. Painting should be exactly what you see in a mirror. That means exact, absolute realistic work. Nalam akara matra. Simply, you just make the akar. That is not enough. Another place, another gentleman has said different way. He said actually, Jangamahava Sthaparahava Desanti Bhuvanatre Tat Sabhavatas Karanam Desam Chitram Uchyate. Jangam means, what is movable. Sthapar means, what is static. Available in the Bhuvanatra means all the three Bhuvan. That means Sharg, Marg, Patal. In other words, you can say in the entire universe, whatever is, movable or static things are there. If you make the Tat Sabhavatas Karanam, if you can simply create the character of it, recreate the character of it, that is called painting. So this fellow has said absolutely abstract. He said, you just bring the character only. You're not, the external shape is not that important.
That is not important. The main thing is this, that what you want to express, that message you should convey. This form is not
basic is that. So if you are, if you are capable of convincing the message, whether abstract or realistic, you use that. That is the basic thing. Yes, true. But one element I can tell you, see, in paintings, one great artist, Edgar Degas, he said one thing. That, in a artwork, there are three things should be there. Something, one is, the fantasy, mystery, and some amount of vagueness. If it is absolutely clear, then you end up, boring the viewers. That's what he said. So, fantasy, mystery, and some amount of vagueness. So, thereby, see, if you do that, actually, then, you allow the viewer to think it actually, what it can be, what it should be. Or should I ask the painter? Should I ask the poet actually, what he means? That kind of feeling is, that kind of feeling comes in your mind.
Yeah.
So it evokes some kind of a feeling. If you follow this kind of a thing. Follow means, if you make it slightly vague somewhere, or slightly, the mysterious things. So then that kind of thing happens. Well, I hope I'm clear about it. This kind of things.
Very clear. No, I can get it. I'm getting
मतलब
it very clearly.
It's not necessary कि हमारा कोई एक style हो ही मतलब.
In fact, you are giving a very in-depth knowledge. Actually, it's so loud and clear. Very, very, very valuable points.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
सर थोड़ा सा इंटरप्ट करूंगी क्योंकि अभी काफी सारा समय ऐसे ही चला गया था, तो मीटिंग 10 मिनट में एंड हो जाएगी. हम फिर से सेम लिंक से हम फिर से ज्वाइन करेंगे.
Okay.
Keep on asking me anything if you want to know actually.
सर थोड़ा आपके चाइल्डहुड के बारे में जानना चाहेंगे कि आपने एक्चुअली आप जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि आप एक सेल्फ टॉट आर्टिस्ट हो, तो किस तरीके से आपने मतलब स्टार्ट किया, कैसे कुछ क्या मुश्किलें आई आपके आगे?
I started, see, I come from a very, very remote village, I think. And the place is very far up from a small town. It's about 20 miles away from a small town, that kind of a place. And I saw electricity in my place actually when I was in class 10. Think it this way, that kind of place I come from. And I was born in 1936. So now I am just running 88 years. 88 years. So that time, you think about that time, I did not, villages were not that much improved. Communication was not there. And but I wanted to paint. I want to do something. And I always say actually the artists are born. Probably that kind of born instinct was with me. I used actually, my mother's sindoor also I used for doing painting. Even the blue which is used for washing clothes, I used that also. And we used to have the hurricane lamps actually. I probably these days many people do not know what is called hurricane lamp. So in that lamp actually, the inside some shoots get deposited. So I just quietly get very very carefully take the shoots out and mix with gum and black color I used to make with that. Then we used to have kind of a black and blue, not black, sorry, red and blue, the tablets, ink tablets, which we put in the water in the night. So morning it becomes ink actually. That kind of thing. Ready-made inks were not available in nowadays.
Okay.
So red and blue inks were already available. With that kind of material, whatever assorted material, even sometimes a burnt piece of chip, wooden chip, the charcoal, what you call. Even that also I used. And I started drawing everywhere, even on my walls also. My father used to sometimes, he was angry with me that why you have spoiled the wall, that kind of thing. But I wanted to do something, and I was doing. Even the classroom also, when the teacher, he writes on the blackboard, and last small pieces which he cannot hold, he just drops it. So once the teacher goes from the class, I immediately run and pick up those small pieces of, the chalk which he used to write on the board. Even that also I used. So, but I had great enthusiasm to do something, and I had been doing, and same enthusiasm I have got even now. But now things are different. Things are available with me. I got canvas, I got ready-made paints. I don't have to do anything now. So that is the way actually in my childhood I used to do work.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
सर कुछ आपके फर्स्ट एग्जीबिशन के बारे में जानना चाहेंगे?
No, first exhibition I had in Calcutta. I was posted there actually. I was a major in Indian Army. So I was posted there. And one gentleman, actually his name is Mr. Rana Ghosh. He came to my house and he saw my work. He said, "Your works are good, should be exhibited." I said, "I don't know whether it can be exhibited or not, because I have not actually valued my work that way, or rather try to equate the values of painting with other people's works. And so I'm not very sure whether people will accept it or they will allow me to exhibit." He said, "No, your works are very good. I'll do something." So he went and there's one lady called Lady Ranu Mukherjee, that is Academy of Fine Arts in Calcutta. So he talked to that lady. He showed some photograph. Then let that lady immediately agree. Say, "Oh yes, let him have the exhibition." So in a very short period of time, the exhibition was fixed and works were shown. And those days, the price was very small, but 2 small works were sold also. So I got a lot of encouragement. I said, I think people accept my work. That is the experience of my first exhibition. But I was on the top of my you can say just like I was very happy that that my works were accepted by people, and some newspaper also wrote something.
जी.
So what year was it?
That was in 1963. Not 63. Sorry. 1968. 63. I passed out. 1968.
Excuse me.
1968.
What's that?
1968.
68. Yeah.
I have a question, sir.
Tell me.
Yeah, just wanted to know, which style you more prefer to work with, and what inspires you to do that style?
Well, if you ask me, personal thing, actually, I always, take it this way. If you make something which can be understood by more people, that kind of thing, generally, I prefer more. Abstract work also, I don't say it is bad or anything, I don't have to say anything against it. I like abstract work also. Sometimes even the abstract work also, evokes a lot of feeling in you. But my personal thing is actually I make generally, which can be deciphered by people very easily. That kind of work I do. And
So
I
you are
try
more
to,
into contemporary style?
yeah, contemporary, of course, this is a one word, I mean, when you do now contemporary, when you had done earlier, it is, it's old work, old fashioned work, that kind of a thing. And, but, yeah, contemporary means, I don't know exactly what I should say. I do work, keeping in view that, my work should be apprehended by more people, should be understood by more people. That is one point. Second point, actually, it should evoke some feelings also. For that purpose, I make some kind of abstraction in my background generally. Background or even the dress, that kind of thing I bring out. So I
Okay.
somehow mixed it actually.
Got
Little
it.
bit of abstraction also I bring it so that, people, it gives a scope for people to think what it is.
Okay. Okay. So that means a kind of your work is a part of fusion work. Like you have realistic with some abstract and some, like two,
Yeah,
three art
it's
forms
a
in
kind of
one
fusion
painting.
actually. Yeah.
It's a
I
kind of
fuse it
fusion
actually.
art work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, somebody have written also about me, that I fuse the works actually to a brilliant point actually, so that, it can evoke feelings in people's mind. At the same time,
Correct.
it can be, generally it can be understood also.
Yeah, and I probably it will inspire all the other people who have got different forms they are practicing. So they will also get connect with your painting. If someone is more inclined with abstract, they can see that abstract effect in you. The realistic people will get connect with your painting. So I think that's the best way of bringing people together
Yeah, that is
to
true. That
admire
is
that particular work.
Yeah, that's true. I had an exhibition in America. That time actually there, some people has, I mean, talked about my work. It says, realistic. I don't know. They said, realistic abstract work, something like that. What they put it.
Well, I think they described it as figurative abstract, if I'm not wrong.
Figurative. You are correct. They use the word figurative abstract. You read it somewhere probably. They said,
Yeah.
figurative abstract. That's true. Yeah, that's what I forgot about. Figurative abstract, they said. Of course, I said, both the works, whether abstract or realistic, underlying idea is same. I mean, both the works same. Actually, the artist wants to express the same thing, but sometimes, somebody puts in a realistic way, or sometimes somebody puts in an abstract way. And in the abstract also, I mean, I was asked actually whether which style I follow. I follow actually, but generally, it should be, I mean, it should be understood by the viewers to some extent. Not that painting is something actually for understanding. It is to be, art for feeling only, not for understanding. So therefore, I mean, it should, induce some feeling. And for that, if you can just, size it up the whole thing, you can just understand some extent from the, the whatever I have painted. Then probably you can further, keep on thinking and then find more meanings into it. And I put little bit of abstraction mostly in the background and the clothes. So that also gives, some kind of a feeling, I mean, to the viewer. And probably they can, it evokes some kind of a feeling that, what it can be, what it should be, why the artist put it like this. See, any work of art actually, if you make it absolutely clear, then you understand, and it's over. I'll tell you a Sanskrit slok actually, that what is actually, I mean, the good work, good art. It said, Vishranti Rasya Sambhoge Sa Kala Na Kala Mata Liyati Paramanande Yayatma Sa Kala Parakala. Its meaning is that Vishranti Rasya Sambhoge. Vishranti means not, absolutely rest of the mind or soul, whatever you call actually. If after seeing a work of art, you get Vishranti, absolutely, stand still, I mean, rest. Your mind is stand still, it doesn't have any, any feeling actually. Just you understood everything. Okay, just understood. Thereafter, I mean, I mean, no inquisitiveness left. See, if that kind of work is there, sa kala na kala mata, that is art, all right, but not the best form of art. If you understood, and then absolutely your mind comes to a standstill, it has got no inquisitiveness. It cannot create any inquisitiveness. That kind of work, he said, it is all right. This is ta kala, na kala mata. It is kala, all right, but not the best form of art. Best form of art, what is it? Liyate paramanande yayatma sa kala parakala. the kala which can take the atma, I mean the soul to the paramatma, I mean the individual soul to the cosmic soul. It can transport the individual soul to the cosmic soul. That kind of work is, they say, it is a param kala, the best form of art.
Very nicely put it in words.
Was that?
You said very nicely
Yes.
put it in words.
That's true.
Of course, it's a
Actually,
very philosophical this is very correct. And then again, in a work, actually, work of art, if it can give actually new feelings every day. Pratikshanam jat navatam upaiti tadeva rupam tadeva rupam ramaniyataya. Pratikshanam jat navatam upaiti tadeva rupam ramaniyataya. Meaning is every time you see a work, it gives you a new feeling. That means, it has to have some kind of abstraction, which, probably you saw today in a way, tomorrow again you can see in a different way, or third day probably again, every time it gives you new feelings.
Yeah, any person can interpret it in its own terms.
Yeah, interpret in a different way, actually, with the different experiences of the viewer. Yeah.
Correct. It can be
So
interpreted in different.
to make that actually some amount of abstraction is must, or some amount of vagueness, or some amount of fantasy or mystery.
Yeah, many times it is done for the aesthetic purpose also.
Of
so
course.
it's like, if I could understand what you're telling, it's like uh, exactly the same realistic. If we do, it's as good as seeing our own photograph, which is like just imitating us only, like whatever we are doing.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
abstraction adds some charm and a kind of subject, additional subject to it, which gives the mind work for us to
Yeah,
understand
it makes it.
and think further. Think
This
further.
makes it more aesthetic, actually.
Yes,
If you
yes.
if you add abstraction to it, this makes it more better in aesthetic.
Understood. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Aesthetically, it becomes more superior. You can say that.
More superior. That's true.
True.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, it becomes more superior.
Which shows
Yeah.
the creativity what you have and what the
Yeah.
artist perspective is. It
Yeah.
gives us a lot of things to understand and study on that.
This shows the
Yes.
skill of an artist also in that.
Of course,
Very.
the skill is very
Also,
important.
like in one
Yeah.
note, that nothing can be forced. That's the beauty of art. The creativity is that it has to come from within. Well, it
Okay.
cannot be composed. It cannot be forced. It has to come
Yeah.
from within. That's why that is the only way it will hit the senses.
Because it has to be more
True.
Yeah.
spontaneous, you can say, spontaneous outcome.
Yeah.
True.
It has to be like
Very
that
true.
only.
It has to be
It has to be
spontaneous
like that
outcome.
only. It should be spontaneous. That's true. I mean, you cannot force yourself to do it. Actually, you cannot do it.
Yeah. Recently,
And
for one
for
resort here in Karnataka, I have done one painting. So it
Yeah.
is a Ganesha painting. Where, as you said, it has got that the abstract touch with the background. It's like a mix of multiple things. So if possible, like I'll share it in the Utsav group so people can have a look and give the feedback to me.
right. Where can I see that?
In the Utsav group only, sir.
At the group. Okay. I'll see that. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll see that and let you know.
Yes.
Okay. And
I had one question, if I may ask.
please
Sir.
do that.
Ma'am.
So,
Please do that.
I would just like to share that recently I had the privilege of visiting Sir's studio and saw his works in their original form and in their grandeur at his studio, and it was amazing experience. And with decades and decades of experience and mastery of Sir's art, the compositions and his color palette is amazing, and his subjects also. So I would like to ask you one question, sir. What challenges you now every time you pick up your brush?
Oh my God, that's
every-
really a valid point. Challenging question you have asked. What is challenging him? Don't know, but your question is challenging.
Amazing question, Harsh ma'am. I was about
it is
to
some. Just a minute. It is something like this. I mean, in front of a canvas. I mean, just he said, canvas is almost like a sort of a, you are on the foothills of the Himalaya, Everest, and every painting is like that. I mean, then slowly actually start climbing, and you go to the top. Similarly, actually, slightly, keep on painting, probably, you finish the painting. But every painting is a challenge for you, I think.
True.
Every painting is a challenge.
जी sir.
So, very well said that you are enjoying your process, and that's what the most challenging part and beautiful part of your journey is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, of course, that's true. And then,
And
everything is a challenge. And when you just, accomplish the challenge, then probably you feel so happy. So, something actually, the word called anand actually. That anand is something like, Kevalanubhava Anandarupaha Parameshwaraha. So when you have got that kind of blissful, idea, so you feel actually you are probably with him. That's all.
One more thing, sir. I wanted one more clarity. And this thing, like how the color palette you decide, like every painting, sometimes like I have come across multiple people, and in fact I can talk about myself. Suddenly, like I more get attracted towards the pastel colors and something like that. Sometimes without my knowledge I get more attracted with the bright colors. Sometimes I go with the moderate colors. But what is there in your background, what I'm observing, it has got a mix of everything. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to know, like, how you decide with your color palette, like how you take the calculation of it. Is it like you precisely plan about it, or randomly what comes in your mind you do that? So just wanted to know about it.
I take it this way actually. See, I put so few strokes of brush actually in a, not for every painting, but generally some kind of exercise I made it. I put actually some big strokes, just close to each other, in a canvas, and I see from far off, and then I see actually which color comes closer to my eyes. That's what I have seen, and then I remember those things. That this at the same surface, at the same level, I put it actually different strokes, the patches of color, and I see it from far off, and I found actually some colors they come closer to my eyes, and some colors seems to be away from my eyes. So that measure actually, I just took it actually, as a learning for me, as an experience for me. And I use that actually, if something is, suppose the nose comes out, fairly, out from the face. So that means the nose, the tip of the nose is closest to me actually in the face. So thereby actually, which is the color to be used on that, so that, what you call highlight and all this thing, that kind of thing comes in. But, that's the way I decide. And again, I tell you, see, whether you make it a, black and white photograph or a colored photograph of a face, probably it will signify, it will denote the same person only. Even black and white also, you see, it's the same person. Or color photograph also same person. So color doesn't make much difference. If you know the intensity of color, where what to be used. Suppose completely black and white. So in that, probably when you put the nose portion of it, here we have to put a little bit of, white probably, so that white is little closer to you than the black. So that is the way I go by. I know I'm not a trained artist. I just do. I have never, attended any art college or art, institutions.
Sir,
But I have been doing painting always.
आपकी पेंटिंग
So
में
you are being humble. You know
बहुत
much
कुछ
more than any trained artist would know.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Same with
It
me
just
also, sir.
comes
I have not,
naturally to you.
but luckily I got an opportunity in between now and then, that I got some good guru to train me for only the traditional and folk art and all. But otherwise, as you said, even I am also a born artist. Like from my childhood, I'm doing. And one thing I would like to add on: my father used to work for Air Force, and before I could get my, like, like I was hardly 5 years girl. That time my father stopped his paintings. He is an amazing painter. So probably I got it through. Yeah,
Maybe,
he had couple of his collections.
he
So that,
inherited,
seeing that, it keeps inspiring me. Yeah, and then I started my artwork. I
great.
can understand. That is the reason I'm asking this question, that how you are planning your color palette, and why all these questions I mainly picked up because of that reason. Because
You
as an
know,
artist, whatever comes in my mind, I just keep doing it. So I just thought, let me check with you. Like, you have more
What is
no,
experience than me.
I also do the same way, actually. Only thing I just keep in mind that, that which color comes closer to me, which color goes away from me. These are the two things I see. And then again, I see one thing, if I make a painting, after that, I just say, I just see it from little far up. I find actually some part of the painting is heavier. So as if the painting is hung on the wall, it will probably tilt. Though exactly and I mean you are putting just in the middle, it's hanging, but still you feel that it's hanging because some portion is little heavier to you. So maybe because of some color, maybe because of some forms, when the painting seems to be slightly heavier in one side, as if it is going to tilt. So that is the time actually I see that, probably which is the color, which is showing me, I mean, little bit of more, heaviness kind of a thing, that painting is tilting.
सर कुछ
So
आपके
I have to,
कपड़े का जो टेक्सचर होता है वो भी बहुत ऐसे नजर में आता है, जैसे कि क्लोथ का टेक्सचर होते हैं ना, कोलाज ऑफ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ क्लोथ्स,
yeah,
उस टाइप का टेक्सचर आपकी उसमें भी वो भी नजर आता है आपकी उसमें पेंटिंग्स में.
yeah, that I see, I try to put little bit of abstraction, in that. As I say, little abstraction is, essential, I feel, actually, to evoke feelings in the person's mind. So that's why I put, clothes not as a conventional thing. I get a lot of scope actually to do something, on the clothes. But face and all, you can't do much actually. See, one nose, I mean, 2 eyes, 2 lips, probably 2 ears. Not much of change I can do on that. So if I do changes, probably you will not recognize it. No, that's why I don't, I mean, do a lot of things on the face. But clothes I can do.
Yes, sir.
Well, but I have seen some of your faces with no features, and then they evoke a lot of feeling.
Yeah, sometimes actually, it is something like that. The silence speaks probably more louder, something like this, you see. Sometimes it happens like that, I mean, if you do not make any features in the face, yet, then you allow the artist to imagine the face, what he likes or she likes.
Right.
So if you paint the face exactly, to your liking, I mean, to the artist's liking, probably, then some people may like, some people may not like. But if you put a little bit of vague, probably, a little vague actually, I mean, vague face. But it should be aesthetically good. That's what I always, look at it. You see, not that you make it something like a, I mean, like a witch or something. That then it's not good. So if you make, I mean, with less features in the face, then the viewers can imagine the beautiful face actually what he or she feels. It can imagine and then put it in there and then see accordingly.
Right, sir. What you do is sheer visual poetry, sir.
Of course, it is actually something like poems only. We actually write poems with colors, or probably a painter. I mean, what is a poet? He writes with words or pen. We do with the brush. Feelings are same.
Correct.
Yeah.
So in depth, na?
Yeah. No, but painting as it is, we say, art is meditation.
Exactly.
Kala sadhana. Kala sadhana, what we call. You see,
Yes.
sadhana means actually, sadhana is always related to the supreme soul. I mean, that Paramatma, what we call. Sadhana is something, related to that kind of a thing, I mean, because, yeah. So, but art is also something like that only. See, I mean, first thing actually, whatever he had done, that, I mean, that supreme artist, the cosmic artist, whatever he had done, we closely follow. Whatever he has done, we do it actually. See, it is Jangama va Sthabara va Jesanti Bhuvanatre Tat Sabhavatus Karanam Desam Chittam Uchyate. I told you that slok. It was Jangam Sthabar, whatever is available in the entire universe. We actually, just follow it actually. And then we do it, And then it is said, Jatha Nritya Tatha Chitre Tailuka Anukriti Bhavet. Whether Nritya or Chitra, I mean, any form of art, Tailuka Anukriti. That means, Anukriti means Anukaran. Anukaran means, the imitate. We imitate the whatever is created by the cosmic creator. We cannot do anything other than that. We cannot do.
That's true.
Whatever has been done by him, we
get inspiration from everywhere. And what inspires us that we start,
even abstract artists also, whatever abstract or realistic artists, we always take, paint whatever has already been painted by him.
That's true, sir.
So thereby, we cannot paint anything else. So that's why actually we are close followers of him. That is one thing. Again, actually, I mean, through painting, we always express rasas, Sringara Karuna Haisha Veera Rodra Bhayanaka, Adbhuta, Vibhatsa Ittastaha, Shantahasha, Nabamu Rasaha. The 9 rasas, we always, express through our, art. As a ras is also another thing. See, it is said, in the Rig Veda, it is said, Rasu Vaisaha. He is the amalgamation of all the rasas. So, when you think about rasa in our painting, again we go to him only. You think about, we express beauty. Through beauty also, it is like this, samasta sandajya sara sannivesaha parameshwaraha. If you put all the beauties together and make a heap, he said that itself will be God himself. That was Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, whatever you call, that, samasta sandajya sara sannivesaha parameshwaraha. So again, through, the Sandarja, because you always seek for beauty and, keep beauty in your heart. And, through that also, you always go to him only. So thereby, we are true follower of him. We are, the college, that's why it's called sadhana. And then through this sadhana, one can get even moksha also. That's what it is said, in our Shilpa Shastra. There is a saying like this, Natasya punarjanmaha silpa siddhir bhavet tatha silpa vidya sada shrestha sarvada anandadayika. Its meaning is, Natasya punarjanmaha. उसका पुनर्जन्म नहीं होता है. किसका? शिल्प सिद्धिर भवेत तथा. Those who are शिल्प सिद्ध व्यक्ति, उनका पुनर्जन्म नहीं होता है. They get moksha, emancipation. शिल्प विद्या सदा श्रेष्ठ सर्वदा आनंददायिका. It is always श्रेष्ठ विद्या. It always gives anand. And anand, as I say, Kevalanubhava Ananda Rupaha Parameshwaraha. Anand is also, just something related to, the Parameshwar only. Because Bhagavan, Anand ka ek anubhuti. That's what we say. So thereby, through art we go to him, and through art we can get salvation. That's what our Shilpa Shastra says.
That's very, very, very
beautifully explained, sir.
Awesome. I totally agree with that, and I have felt that also, because how much I get down in the art form and other things, the rest of the unwanted things gets eliminated. So that itself pures us and takes us to a very different track, and exactly. That's really true.
True.
That's really true.
Yeah. So artists are sadhak,
And seriously, we are so blessed. Especially, I feel I'm so blessed, and I'm very, very thankful to Ritu ma'am to get you in this session. And we got an opportunity to interact with you and hear you. And it's so soothing to our mind and heart, like amazing. Amazing it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for all your input. It's so beautiful session.
Okay.
Thank you all. And thank you
And hats to Ritu ma'am. We always
सारा टाइम दिया और बहुत सारा समय शायद टेक्निकल एरर की वजह से हमने गवा दिया, और से बहुत लेट हुआ आप लोग को. और थैंक यू फॉर योर पेशेंस लेवल. मतलब कितना आप लोग ने वेट किया. मेरे ख्याल से आपने आधा घंटा वेट किया कि वो ठीक से कर पाए.
It's worth the wait.
इनके लिए 1 घंटा भी कम है. हम
जी सर, जी रामकृष्ण जी, आप बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हो. तो लास्ट क्वेश्चन बस हम सर से मैं ये पूछना चाहूंगी कि जो भी न्यू कमर्स है या जो बिगिनर्स हैं, उनके लिए आप क्या मतलब कुछ गाइड करना चाहते हो? वो किस तरह से अपने, जो भी बिगिनर है या जो भी सेल्फ टॉट आर्टिस्ट है, वो मैंने देखा है कि वो अपने स्टाइल के लिए ऑलवेज स्ट्रगल करता है. उसको स्क्रैच से कोई उसको गाइडेंस नहीं होता. उसके लिए आप क्या टिप्स देना चाहोगे?
There are 2-3 things, again, I'll tell from the old our philosophers' views only. See, artists should have some qualities. Those qualities are something like this, I'll tell you Sanskrit, then tell the meaning also. Sarva Shastra Vidita Kriyapatu Sarvada Avahita Manasa Suchi Dharmagya Vigata Macharadikaha Chatsha Sahstapati Rastu Satyabha. The true quality of an artist is like this. The Sarva Shastra Vidita. He or she should have knowledge of all the Shastra. That means, in other words, he or she should be a well-read person. If you read more actually, then you associate with a great thinker, you get a lot of ideas. Those ideas are useful for your form of art. So, Sarva Shastra Vidita. Kriyapatu. At the work which you do, you try to achieve excellence in that. That's what, any work actually, if you do in a very excellent way, then we say that, oh, he knows the way, art of cooking. Art of the game. She knows the art of cooking. Something like this, if you achieve excellence, so always you call that's art actually. Any work where you achieve excellence, it is an art. So thereby, in art, you should try to achieve excellence. Kriyapotu. Sarvada apahita. Always vinay bhav, nirahankar, no vanity. Sarvada apahita. Manasasuchi, your mind should be very pure, clear. It should not be actually polluted with, your other things like, vanity or anger, hatred, that kind of thing. It shouldn't be. Yeah.
Very, very true.
Mind should be pure. And dharmagya, one should have knowledge of religion also. Why? Because all religion, they teach us to be a good human being. That means, in other words, artists should be a good human being. And lastly, because the matsaradika. Matsar is actually, irsha, enviousness. The kalakar should be absolutely far, far away from enviousness. So these are the quality, if somebody tries to inculcate, then probably automatically he is an artist and he is a saint. And second thing I want to tell you, for the young people, actually, there's one thing actually, that's of course it is nothing from the Shilpa Shastra, from Gita only. They just say, something like this, and that Arjun told actually, that Krishna told to Arjun actually, Sahajam Kuru Kaunteya Sahadusham Apinatyajit Sarva Rambahi Dusenaha Dhumen Agni Ipaprita. Its meaning is, Sahajam Kuru Kaunteya, hey Kaunteya, hey Arjun, tum Sahaj kam karo. Sahaj means, generally we take it, Sahaj means easy. But exactly, easy is alright. But, exactly, Sahaj Jayate iti Sahaja. Tumhara saathi jo janam liya.
Simplicity.
I know, the one which is born with you. That means, inborn quality. Sahaj quality means inborn quality. Like, Pankaj. Pankaj Jayate iti Pankaja. Pank means, in mud actually something grows, that's called Pankaja. Pankaj Jayate. The Sahaj Jayate iti Sahaja. That means Saha means tumhara saath, ek saath. The one which is born along with you. That means your inborn quality jo hai, usi ka dara prerit hoke, inspired by that kind of quality, you do work. Sahajam Kuru Kaunteya. Sahadosham Apinatyajat. In that process, there is some deficiency also in the beginning, but do not bother about it. Keep doing. Don't stop it. Not Tyajat means Tyag mat karo. You keep doing. The simile is so beautiful. You see that? Sarva Rambahi Dusena. All the beginning is always actually, associated with some kind of deficiency. In the beginning, actually, there will be some deficiency somewhere. It's all right. It's like, Dhumena Agni Iva Aprita. Dhumena Agni Iva Aprita. The smoke actually covers the fire. Thereby, you don't see don't see the fire immediately. You just, take a sort of a bamboo pipe or something, keep on blowing the smoke away. Then you see the fire and see the, you get the heat of the fire, the brightness of the fire, everything you'll see. So you have to keep on slowly blow away the smoke. Then only you see the fire. So keep doing, don't stop it. That is also one advice actually for the young artists probably.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
इतना
Thanks a
time
lot,
देने
sir.
के लिए, sir, thank you so much.
It's
But
my
we are
pleasure.
blessed to have you here. It's really
And
it's a
thank
beautiful
you
evening
all.
actually.
And thank you all, Harsh ma'am, Ramkrishna ji, Renuka ma'am,
Thank you,
Bua
Ritu
ji,
ji.
Padmaka ji, and Kamini ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to you.
Thank you,
all.
Ritu ma'am, for organizing such things.
Thank you.
Keep up forward
Thank you.
to get more
Thank
opportunities. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. It's
Okay,
my
thank
pleasure
you, sir.
to talk to all of you. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, dear. Okay.
Bye all.